Uchenancy and Family YouTube channel.
Okay, we're coming to the end of this year, and we have few questions for each other, or I don't know, we have few questions, more like a reflection of the whole thing that happened in 2020. So we'll have some few questions that we wrote down. Like, I don't know, maybe anybody could just have something that she might want to ask. So the first question we have here is, what are the things you learned this year? What are the things you learned this year?
Let's start from you.
Let's start from Chinanu. No, let's start from me and then
Let's start from me.
okay, fine.
This 2020, one major thing I learned was, or is, to value. Sure, at least it helps me, let's say, know the value of things, like the value of life, good health, things we're taking for granted was taken seriously this year. Like health, the whole COVID thing, my family, their importance. Of course, my family is important, but I'm like, okay, it's normal, but in short, 2020 helped me value a lot of people in my life. That's the major thing, and value my customers and my business in general. So can I go?
Okay, fine.
Okay, well, I would like to add, yes, from what I just said, I really learned to value people and things we used to take for granted, things that we thought we always had, things that we could easily access. This year, I learned that all those things are not very easy to get at the end. Learn to know the importance of people you have in your life. Because one moment you are awake, one moment you're hearing that, one moment you are all happy, one moment you're hearing that someone is gone, and you're living in fear of, oh, is it going to be me? Is it going to be this, my family or friend next? Then personally, for myself, I learned to save. I learned to be conscious of my spending, to spend well. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Normally, I used to live a very, not really extravagant, but free life, free spender. Just live on the air, and that income is going to come next. So, but for me this year, I learned to prioritize things, important things, my necessities. I put things first before I just like throw away money or just spend. And I also learned to enjoy my life, because it's life is not guaranteed. So that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, 2020. I learned to appreciate every moment. I learned to appreciate people, to like not try to, how do I say it, procrastinate things. Like, I don't know how to say it, more like do things you want to do now, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. That's one major thing I learned this year, because it's more like, yes, it's good to plan, like I will do this, I will do that, especially if it's towards people, because this year was one hell of a year. Like a lot of things, maybe you say, oh, I will talk to this person so time, I will do this, I will do that, because this year, I don't know, there was one thing about this year was more like you couldn't predict or say anything was going to happen. You could just wake up and this thing has happened. So more like, I just learned to, let me not say I not live for the moment, but more like do something now. As far as it's in your mind, something you have, just do it. Don't wait for a perfect, yes, don't wait for a perfect time for something. Just do it.
Yes.
That's what I
So,
learned this year.
non-stone.
This year,
Chinanu.
I learned to live more of a life of gratitude, appreciating things that people do for you, no matter how little it is. Appreciating people in general. I'm also more fulfilled this year. Like, I learned to always appreciate the little I was able to do, and I learned that nothing is guaranteed, and no one knows what the next day will bring.
Yes.
So being more grateful and living a life of forgiveness and living a life of appreciating one another, because the thank you didn't tell someone today, you are not even sure seeing the person tomorrow, so you might not have the opportunity. This year I learned that the God that you did not serve today, it might be too late for you to serve him tomorrow. So I just learned
It's a lot then. Okay. Mama in the building. Yes, throw your face anyhow you want.
Don't show your face.
I am-
Can you?
Mama in the building. So yes, 2020, I give God all the glory. Number one, and one of the biggest things I learned in 2020 is never to give up when it comes to calling upon my God. That is number one. I went through a lot of challenges, a lot of battle, but I just discovered that each one that come, I always back it up with prayers. And once I enter inside that my room, close the door, do my silent prayer, call upon my God, before I know it, the miracle will just happen. And that is when you say you call upon your God and you have faith in him, and he will answer your prayers. So that is one of the things I learned. Then another thing again I learned this year is, no matter how the challenges come, never give up. And this year, when as I'm sitting in this seat now, I used to be scared that if I'm being moved from this particular position I'm sitting, that it's going to take me back. So we are beginning where I started, and I used to be scared. I used to be so scared that I don't want to be moved from that position. But this year, the shaking, the move was like every move, every shaking, every tears that dropped took me to a higher position that I never expected. So for that reason, 2020 slapped me different faces, but I am strong.
Yes.
So I give glory to God.
Yes.
That's it for the things we learned this year. And the second question is, in what area do you think you made your biggest improvement? In what area?
For me, I would like to go first.
Okay.
For me, I would say my career. People don't know actually. People think that okay, we have everything figured out. But I used to overthink things a lot when it comes to my movies. I used to always sometimes doubt, like, can I do this role? Can I do that? And everything. For me this year, I just, for one reason, if I should get a particular script, I just said to myself, like, no matter what, you can do this. No matter what, you can play this character. No matter what, you can be this person. You can interpret this role. And another thing is, my sister here, she doesn't know, but she's like a strong motivator to me. And I see her movies and how she plays her character and how she interprets a certain role, because she's not that person she's not that person in reality. When I can see her come out of her shell and be this person, and I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it myself. So for me this year, my first question, biggest improvement is my career. So that is it for me.
Sorry guys. Okay, who's going next? Ready?
The truth is, this year, my business, there's an improvement, but I don't think that's my biggest improvement. I think my biggest improvement this year was or is understanding people and my relationship with people, because a lot of you do not know it. I can be very difficult. I can be very, very difficult. But with this whole thing, I just learned, or I just used to say in my head, this year made me. I just used to say something in my head. This person will ask me for this or wants me to do this, and I'll say no because I don't want to stress myself. I love my comfort zone a lot. And anything that will stress me, I do not like it. But I just think, okay, but I know that this person, if I'm to ask this person this thing, this person will do it for me. And that was why that period people went in to work. And people ask me, please do this thing for me. I'll just think, it's not like it's always convenient for me. But I'll just be like, why can't I just do this thing? This thing will make this person happy. And this person now would not really stress or worry. For crying out loud, is that not why you have a sister? You know, that kind of thing. So I felt I don't really know how to communicate, especially calling people. A lot of people complain about it, my friends, a lot of people. But I know that this year I really improved in in my relationship with people, with a lot of people. That's
That in the pants, man. I was shook. I was very shocked. Like, wish you could like make the whole video, all the hair.
She was ready. She helped us a lot.
Yes, she really helped us, and that was pretty good. Okay. Okay, Jessie, what area?
This year, 2020, was the year I finished with my youth service. And my biggest fear is, what do I do after my service? And not being a liability. Because it's a very difficult decision for me. What can I do? I can't act. I can't do Instagram stores. It was a difficult decision, and I don't want to actually rely on anyone. That is just the honest truth. That was my biggest fear from the beginning. I actually want to do something for myself, and glory be to God, I started something with fear. Like, what if I didn't make it? What if I have to call everyone every day to ask them for money for one thing or the other? It was a big fear that I just have to say, okay, whatever it is that is doable and is honest, I can do it. So, and I thank God today I have something I can say, yes, this is my source of income, and I was able to begin. I started alone, and today I would say, okay, I have someone I'm paying. So it's true that I always call out for help, but it was not as bad as I thought. I did more than even what I thought.
Yes, you exceeded your expectations.
So that was
the biggest
just
improvement. Yeah, that's a very good one.
That was it for me this year.
Okay.
I was too carried away with Chinanu said this thing, so now I forgot the question.
Okay. I can read it again. In what area do you think you made your biggest improvement?
Okay. I think I made my biggest improvement in my YouTube channel. I had challenges, but the challenges took me to a higher level. So that is the only thing I can say.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
Okay. Area I think I made, or I feel I made my biggest improvement is, I think this year I was a bit more open. Just a little bit more open about things.
It's managing. How can we do that?
Okay, because I don't know. It's not like maybe I don't like being open, but there's just this thing when you feel like you're disturbing somebody or you're bugging somebody just too much. But I think this year, like it's more like I've made a step. they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step.
Yes.
So I think this year one area I think I improved a bit more is being more open. Let me say more and less so open. Yes. Next question is what was the most challenging part of this year?
The most challenging
Part
of
this year.
this. It was during, as for me, during COVID-19.
Yes, during lockdown.
During
Lockdown.
During lockdown, because I was thinking it was just going to be for a week,
Yes.
or at most 2 weeks, which I thought that okay, within those period, it's just for a short period and I can be able to cope. But to my surprise and everybody, because it's not just, it came as a surprise to everyone. So it was not what anybody planned. Both the rich, the poor, everyone was lamenting and complaining. So it was not that easy. It was not easy at all, to be honest. Business was on hold, nothing is moving. You can't even travel. Even if I wanted to escape and run back home, I could not. So it was just those periods that I felt so some challenges. I don't see how people really suffer. Like there is suffer in the land.
Okay, the most challenging part of this year for me. That lockdown was really, really challenging. But I don't know. God just has a way of doing his things too. But that period, in as much as I like being indoors, like I just like staying inside, but it was not really it's dealt with me mentally, but and I think what was the fact that I was not able to walk, it was something else, like, and mommy again, it's like in my head I'm like, people are walking, like a lot of things are going on, but this woman is like, you people can't go to work. Like people are crossing the bridge and going for jobs, and she's insisting. So it was more like in my head, there's no way. Even sometimes I like, because I was broke, but then she already warned that nobody should ask her for money. You cannot come and be asking her for money all the time. So I was done with her. I don't have money. I'm here. I can't walk. And well, it was challenging and at the same time benefiting to me, not so much of a challenge too. So yeah, the lockdown was the most challenging part of my life this year.
This is who we are and how we roll. All you knew and all you want to know about us. Our secrets and flaws, our strength and beauty. There's a place This is who we are, this is how we roll. Everything about us, our challenges.
From Uchenancy and family.
Me, the lockdown was challenging, truthfully. It was a whole lot challenging. Having to stay in the same house with my sisters. Though Chinanu was down with my mother, that's a huge challenge because all of us see things differently. That's the truth. Me, I don't like when things are everywhere is very quiet. If I'm alone in the house, I understand it's just me. While I'm here with Sonia, she's sleeping. Ijoma on her phone. I want somebody to talk to. Nobody. It's wahala. If I talk, say Chine, you like talking. Oh God. Well, mentally, I was not prepared for all those because how do I wake up in the morning? I have nothing to do. What do I do in the afternoon? What do I do in the evening? Those decisions was just a lot. Then the fact that you were spending more than you were earning because you had to feed, you had to pay for bills. Your mother too is she doesn't even Mama will give you the bills. She will share that bill. Then this after the lockdown, the major one was the EndSARS. That was very challenging. Honestly, it was really challenging because I know this COVID one came as a pandemic, but this for the EndSARS was human beings doing this, your fellow human. So for that period, my mental state was not just stable. Honestly, I wasn't mentally stable. It was just too much to handle. That is it for me. Okay.
Really, there was no
Chine said it though, like it was just the whole lockdown thing because nobody prepared us for it. It happened, and like Chinanu said, it was supposed to be for 2 weeks, but ended up more than that. And like Sonia said, you were spending more. Okay, Chine said you were spending more than you were earning, but it was just there. And I didn't get to go out. Like, God, that was the longest I had stayed at home. I didn't club. I didn't club. Wow. I didn't go to Lagos to see my friends. It was so boring. So boring. But Mickey, they were around that period. Yes. So it was me and Mickey bonding behind. So, and instead of for Mickey, he kept us really busy. Yes. Then mommy was not helping matters. We were sharing the bills equally. So that's it though. Mommy, what about you?
The lockdown stuff was something else in my life, something I never expected.
Yes.
And it kind of taught me a big lesson. Like in my business, when you have something like this, you might not value it because things are really going that easy like that, and some certain things that you are meant to look into to avoid anything that those things that will come, you just look down on it to overlook it. So it happened to me when I had my challenge in my YouTube channel, when my major Uchenancy TV was being, yes, it came as a shock because I knew when I upload a movie, before the next day, I know how many views my channel used to get. And that again, even people that owns YouTube, that people that is bigger than me, when they will call me sometimes and ask me that they saw this thing on my channel, you better be careful. Maybe like you put sound that is not meant to be used in the channel. I usually not say, nothing will happen. I beg this one. I just overlook. In as much as I have a YouTube channel manager that is managing this thing, and the person that is managing the channel wasn't even like, I'm not going to say anything about the person because a lot of challenges too was coming to the person, and the person was not like following up the whole thing, this thing, and it happened. It happened, and normal Uchenancy that I for don't craze, I for don't go do this thing, but I took the whole thing in a very calm way, in as much as it was a big shock to me because I became sick. You know, I was very sick. Then I was now having BP, serious BP because of the whole thing. By the end of the day, I decided to give everything to God and said, let him do his own. So I have to start from beginning again, battering how to recover my channel and all that and all that. Finally, everything is coming back normal. So that thing made me to follow up. When you have something, don't just sit down and relax or feel that you have gotten it, that there is nothing like going back again, that is just like moving forward. No, one thing is just like somebody that will import container of goods. You've been importing and it has been going well. All of a sudden you import one and you will hear that ship or whatever so accepted or did whatever, the whole goods, you know, just disappear like that. So you need to have like backup. Okay. I never had anything called backup when it comes to, so when this thing happened, I had to like do a lot of backup, and during the process of that backup, I was like, if this thing happened to this one, the other one can keep me going. But when you don't have a backup, that means that nothing. Again, you have to start life from beginning. I lost a lot of millions. You people are aware of it. But at the end of the day, things are coming back, you know, normal. Will the whole world went through is another biggest challenges. Hearing that your loved one here is dead, or because of one sickness here, you know, a lot was happening. So throughout this 2020, the heart is hanging. You are sleeping, but you are not sleeping. So that is how 2020 is a lot of challenges, but we thank God that we have overcome it.
Okay. The next question is, what are you grateful for? Okay, this year 2020. This year 2020. What are you grateful for?
Permit me to speak first.
Sure.
I am very, very grateful for life.
Yes.
I am very, very grateful for freedom. Freedom in a like, I like, nobody can tell me, stand here, don't move. No, you will do tell me, Sha. But at least you tell me like, when you say it, you are saying with a clean heart. Not like they will tell you, stand here, and this is where you felt the good thing. Do you understand? So then I am very, very grateful for 1, 2, 3, 4 my beautiful daughters. As my skin is shining, my face is looking younger. Yes, I'm grateful.
Yes.
So I want to use this opportunity to thank you people for not stressing me up. Thank you people for making me a proud mother. Thank you people for making me, like, when I close my eyes, I sleep peacefully. Thank you people for supporting me. Thank you people for not, like, you don't want to see me shed tears. You don't want to see me go through pains. Because when I realized that you people are too important to me is when I was sick. This girl, Ijoma, you know, if it was not around, this girl, Ijoma, hey, this girl here, win.
From last one to this one, it was 30 minutes.
This girl cannot hear me. Then this one then that was working in Enugu, come and see calls. Every minute calls. This live video was going on. I want to see my mommy face. Hey, when I was in the hospital, did you people do it?
Yes, we did.
Uh-huh. So, God, I thank you. So it's one of the
Things you're grateful for.
yes.
Oh, this year I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for growth. I'm grateful for betrayal. I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for all the experience and lessons. Like there are just so many of them, but like that's why I just put it in one word. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for my sisters. I'm grateful for all the betrayals. I'm grateful for all the lessons, all the experience and everything that has made me who I am. Yes. That's all.
Well, I am grateful for life, honestly. I'm grateful for life, for good health, because it's no easy to be healthy this 2020. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for God's constant provision, because this year I would say we all were very independent, and being independent is not easy. So for God's provision, for providing for us, giving us a steady income, and I'm grateful for my results. I got my results this year, my certificate. So I'm very grateful to God for that too. Grateful for lessons, experiences, everything in general. I'm really grateful to God for that. Hey. I don't even know. Okay, I actually have a song in mind to sing how grateful I am. Okay, I'm just going to make it very short. The chorus. Oh, Balan, Olorianu, ni bobo ayo eshe o. Oh, Balan, Olorianu, ni bobo ayo eshe o. Guys, this song, the meaning of this song is okay. Merciful God, miraculous God, in everything we thank you. Me, 2020 so far is my best year in everything. In my business, guys, the money I made from my business, let me go money wise. We don't like talking about money on our YouTube channel, but I have to say it. From Oma's world this year, 4 years in business, this year is the like double of everything I've been making. My business has been fantastic. Even during the lockdown, we were selling, and my sisters used to escort me to the shop because we can't move around with cars. So we used to walk to the shop. They'll wait for me patiently. I'll take pictures and post on my page, and customers will be buying. Normally January they'll say there was no sales, but this year January, business peaked. My relationship with my customers was a lot better this year. Though we had I sent money to my suppliers and I've not gotten my money back. There are a lot of issues, but at the end of the day, I don't stress myself as much as I used to. My family, God has been blessing us. My mom, even Uchenancy family YouTube channel. Hey, fantastic. From nowhere, it's just I did not lack. That's the thing. I did not lack. All I needed to do was to ask God, and before you know it, it happens. So this year, I thank God so much. We traveled, a lot of us traveled. There are a lot of armed robbery cases, accidents, injuries, COVID, SARS, everything. But my family was safe. I was safe. Everybody's alive and healthy, glowing. Wow, what more can I be thankful for? Smiling. So I'm very much thankful for the year.
Wow. So, JC baby, you're next.
The thing is that we've all said it all. And just to say something, I'm grateful for life. For my family, for my friends, for our well-wishers, for our destiny helpers.
Yes. I swear.
We are so grateful. We are grateful that we didn't count any losses. You people were there for us, and we couldn't ask for anything more than to say thank you, Jesus. That is what I just said. That my sister, I've just said it all.
We're grateful, very grateful, very grateful. Okay, this question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th question. The question is a big mistake that you made this year and the lesson that you learned as a result.
Please, can I go first? Guys, the big mistake I made this year, the biggest mistake I made this year. I'm still, till now, I'm still having the same issue. One of my customers that I gave my goods, and she gave me a check. Till now, this woman is not picking my call. She's not replying my messages. The check, I don't even know if it's even working, if it's going to even work. She gave me a wrong date. In short, and this thing happens one time to me at Chinanu. We're lucky enough to get out of that one. Then I made that same mistake because I trusted her. She's not a new customer. She has been buying from me and she has never owed me. But this one, she did it, and she was purposely not picking my call. That was the last time I called her. She picked and said that, can't I reach? Do I know where she is? That I'm disturbing her for my own money that I worked for. Nobody helped me with, that I suffered for. So that one now is the biggest mistake, because I said I will never try that with any customer again. No matter how much I trust you, I will not let my goods go till complete payment is made. And now it's affecting it. So my customers will go, everybody will definitely get used to it. I cannot make that kind of mistake again. That's major mistake I think I made this year. Okay. Let me go. The biggest mistake I would say I made this year, I won't say it's just this year. I think it's just something, a mistake I'm always making. And that mistake is I always feel because I treat somebody a certain way, the person is supposed to treat me that way too. So I learned that one. And then another thing I think I've been making a very big mistake about is I'm a very indecisive person. I always like to hear people's opinion about things. Another mistake, just like I said, I'm a very indecisive person. Sometimes I always want to hear people's opinion over something. Then I can be like, okay, let me do it this way, or I think I like your opinion about this thing more than what I already have in mind. But I came to realize that sometimes I want to do something a certain way and I'm not so sure, or should I say I'm not so confident of that thing. Not like it won't favor me, or not like it won't be good if I do it that way, but I'm always not, how will I say this, how will I explain it?
is why. Okay, let me explain this like this. I want to do this thing, and I know that this thing, if I do it like this, is actually going to be okay. But because I'm very indecisive, I cannot just stand on something and just decide, okay, this is how I want to do this thing and I should do it like this. I want to buy people's opinion, and when they give me this opinion most times, it's not in alignment with what I want, and I will do it and I will feel bad at the end of the day. So right now, what I do first, I said something about feeling people should treat me the same way I treat them. I decided to treat somebody the way, or treat somebody and things the way I feel they should be treated, regardless of whatever it is that is going to be. If you feel you're going to treat me that way, it's for you. If you feel you're not going to treat me that way, it's still all for you. And then in the part of the being indecisive about things, I've decided that I've decided to do things and stand by it. Like, this is what I want to do, and do it regardless. Not, I can also buy people's opinion, but not letting people's opinion influence most of the decisions I make. Yes.
So for me, it's not really. I don't think everybody must have a mistake. Like I was saying, everybody must have a mistake, but it's just something I feel like I should learn to do. For me, I feel like I procrastinate a whole lot. I want to do a certain thing. I'll keep saying, not today, tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Like when tomorrow comes, next tomorrow. When next tomorrow comes, this day. And before you know it, a whole month has gone. A week has gone, and then you will not have this. You will not be under pressure. Something I should have just done that day. It's not like I had something else to do. Giving an example, I've said to myself, like, okay, I really like content creation. I like it. I watch a lot of people's creation. I'm like, okay, I want to do this. Then I'll have a brand I'm supposed to influence for. I might be at home the whole day, doing nothing, being on bed. I'll just be lying on the bed, right? Pressing my phone or probably watching a movie. Then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you haven't created this content. You have this deadline. Then I'm like, okay, let tomorrow come. When tomorrow comes, I'm still like, okay, next tomorrow. Then before you know it, the brand owner will send you a message. You will now start apologizing, explaining what happened, and something I should have just done and just get over with it. Then on that night, I feel like I really used to this doubt myself. I'm always doubting myself if I can do this. I'm always doubting myself, but I feel like it's a steady process. It's not something I can just boom. I feel like, okay, I'm good. I have this confidence level. I feel like I can make decisions. It's just something I really intend to learn to do. If I want to do a certain things, let me not feel like, oh, it's not good enough, or let me not feel like I'm not good enough. Let me not feel like I'm not speaking because in this our century or this our society now, if you make a mistake in terms of grammar, it's like it's a big issue. And my sisters know how I'm very conscious of that. So let me know, if you make a mistake is a mistake. Nobody's perfect at the end. So if anybody wants to kill me for that, that's your own cup of tea. So that's how I just want to live my life. Just going to do things, not doubting myself. Just anything that makes me happy, fine. That's just it.
Yeah, I didn't have any mistake.
Yes.
Basically, I just felt like how we do is that we're more coordinated.
Okay.
Like,
You'll be what?
She wasn't talking to you. She said she's not hearing her word. Did you hear her?
I want her to pronounce so that you will enter my
Did you hear her, mommy?
I said I will be more coordinated. Let me screen you so that I can be able to do it.
Yes.
Hey.
Right behind
Yes.
I will try.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you will try. That's
I will try.
Not organized.
Yes, not the
You have said that from that thunder fire you.
But that's not being disorganized or.
Yes, it's part of because she
No,
always
it's
says.
not cross ourselves. That's our sister's language. That's what we say to ourselves.
Okay.
That's all.
Add more packaging to myself.
Oh, very and I love hearing that. hair for you, my baby girl. Yes,
It will
JC.
be deal. It will cost more money.
Excuse me, I'm out. Anybody can apply. So, mommy, are you good?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay. Good. Yes. One of the
Mistakes.
Sorry, mommy, you want to answer next then? Sorry, please, let's try to make our answers very short so that we can be able to precise, so that we can be able to get more questions. If not, we're going to have very little questions because it's just 5 questions we've been able to answer. So,
one of the you have made me to forget the question.
one of the
Mistakes.
biggest mistakes you think you made and the lessons you learned from it.
Yes. Okay. One of the biggest mistake I think I've made this year. In fact, I've been doing it for long, but this year so really like
Show you Pple.
show me pepe and kaina paka. Show me
Or you
pepe.
took pineapple.
Kaina paka.
Continue. Your time is we'll be giving you
Then
time
this
now.
one too made me to change a lot. Kaina paka.
We haven't minutes.
2 more minutes
One more
to
minute
go.
each.
So yeah, you even could 5 minutes, but
Yeah,
that one. So,
yes, it's true. I
yeah.
support you, mommy.
Okay. So number 1 is trusting people, like being too open. My heart is too open like this to accommodate
Your mouth, not your hand.
my mouth. This my mouth is too open. I talk a lot. I don't have secret
Okay.
for myself. In my business, I open my mouth to my friends. To whatever I discovered, I open my mouth to share for as in the heart I have is for good. Let me share so everybody will benefit from it. So everybody can be progressing, everybody is doing well. But at the end, what happened? They will go to my back. When they do under ACO, they no suffer. They will go to the back to go and correct that thing, or look for the person contact or number and go there. And they will think that the grace will follow me, they follow the person. But all the same, when they go through it, God, who they serve to, will still show them, and God will still answer my own prayer. So this year, I ask God before we end this year, treat out, like I did a strong prayer, treat out all those hindrances, all those obstacles, all those whatever they call it out, and God did it for me. And I find out that as they are out like this,
Amen.
I can't get myself. So now God that they ask again, make it help me see this my mouth too for 2021.
Yes,
May God help me see this my mouth too for 2021. Let me say them well for 2021.
Amen.
So that they will not hear from me. Whatever I discover, they will not come and steal and take. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Next question, please.
Okay, thank you.
Mama.
Okay. My name is Uchenancy. My name is Sonia Uche.
My name is Chinanu.
It's your girl Nebe.
This is our new channel, Uchenancy and Family.
In this channel, you are going to watch more of me and my family, me and my girls. Watch more of our things for you to understand that all the greaters are not good.
This one is kind of, let's say reality, maybe reality. Most of our activities in the house, fights, quarrel, laugh, everything. Please
subscribe to our new YouTube channel. Please tell a friend, a family member, your loved ones, everyone to subscribe to this new YouTube channel. Get to know more about us, both the good, the bad, the ugly, everything about us.
I want to beg everyone to subscribe to Uchenancy and Family TV on YouTube.
Subscribe.
What did you spend so much money on this year? Let me go.
How many seconds?
Like 1 minute. I spent so much money this year on skincare. Guys, if you watched most of our movies, you see that my face was going through like, oh god, it went from the plenty rashes on my face to the peels to plenty. Even some of the movies, I could see your comments like, oh, what's wrong with your face, what's happening, the lot of detox and stuff. But guys, Jesus, the money I spent, see, the money I spent this year in general, I've never spent it since I was born. And well, I am thankful that then skincare, Jesus, those people, they killed me this year. But well, we thank God, we can say at least there is a difference.
Yes, so I'll go next. I bet she go last.
Okay, I can go next.
I go next.
What did I spend on this year? I spent on so much transportation.
Just get her. You spent on what? Transportation. It's true.
High transportation in Lagos. For you to beat traffic, you have to.
Yes, so you are right.
Then, because I was not around to eat mommy food, I spent on feeding. Because I ate whatever I feel like eating. I don't joke with my stomach and I don't eat anyhow. So I eat what I want to
Just
eat.
see,
I don't spend on any other thing. I don't do makeup.
yes.
So something must
Chop your money.
So that is just the two things. I don't do much cream. So nothing else.
Yes, Sister, you go next.
I chop my money this year.
You work for it.
I chop it.
Yeah.
I bought bone straight from Sonia hair extension. I bought how many hairs this year? Madam, answer. I bought how many hairs this year?
Don't worry.
I did my skin this, like I worked on my skin this year. Then I renovated my shop. On my shop, don't worry. Just leave I spend people
For me.
Hey,
Spend that.
I hate for you.
Hey! I spent on my skin. I spent money. Go. I spent on hairs though. Hell. Let me be number one. If Sonia bring hair like this.
yes.
I go collect hair. Not just Sonia safe. Or was it original product? Cara cherry bomb. You can't see. I go and buy Gucci slippers. One though. That money they pay me for my hat. I spent on things. Oma's world. If Oma's world come like this, boom, I be the spender. I go pick. I spend money. But please, it's not like that. Like people say, hey, you say you spend. I know how I spend the money. I don't spend foolishly. I know how the game I play. Make I get my money. If I work my film work, I do my other business, other side hustle, make I fit because I like good things, guys. So I have to work hard at side hustles so I can enjoy those good things. So I can, I like good things.
Okay.
So I spent money on things this year.
You.
Over to you.
I think I spent money on clothes.
Yes, as always.
Obviously.
Always. In my wardrobe, I have.
Let's speak for the price.
And I'm not talking about as in clothes that I have not.
One. You
Many.
have, as in
But it gives me joy, like
to what?
I cannot even because I don't go out. I hardly go out, but I will just open my this thing and look at it, admire this thing. It makes me happy. That is it. Then I spent money on the interior, this thing.
Yes.
So I can't stay at my shop to so like I stay in a particular place like this 1 year or some months. I get tired of the. I feel like
yes, it's true.
having new a new look, and as I'm moving into that new look, I feel like I'm moving into another step, another this thing. So
And you spent on your bone straight hair, right?
is it my children?
You spent on your bone straight hair.
I spend a lot on them.
Mommy,
you can see it. You can see they chop my money.
Madam will not chop your money this year. Will not chop your money
One
this
naira.
year.
Christmas money, no.
You no even allow me to talk.
No, will not chop your
allow
money
me to
this
talk
year.
for you.
But and then you don't talk about this year bone straight hair you got from that hair.
Don't worry. They have breathing bone and they have unbreathing. So all of them are
She won't go cut cost. She say she dey cut cost from Sonia. Now she go spend more safe.
Them got this
They can't give her this straight bone. Sean is not bone, she's straight
I don't
bone.
mind as far as it fit me now.
It's
It's both.
not even. Biscuits.
I wanted to ask whether
bone
it's
straight.
old bone straight or this one that Ijoma then is wearing. It's different.
Nah.
This one is not that silky,
No.
but it does full.
Yeah, but it's nice.
It fits.
It makes me look.
She was trying to cut cost by not buying our own grocery. She went to buy another
I
grocery.
thought that it's the
If it's
original.
not
one.
Sonia's hair,
In
it's
fact, I sent money. I
special.
sent money. The thing, what happened was, I sent money for the original one. But the person I saw it on this thing, I think her own is original. So
It's not
they told
the
me,
you
one is
went behind
original.
our back. You
And I
By
said,
then you get it to
you
supply
know what
this.
happened to her? She was owing Sonia money.
So she don't want to pay her debt.
So she now it's about to do
Look
it.
at her face.
When she went,
I gave someone else money to pay for it.
paid full.
Fool!
They now put it
This small. Oh, you need to go down for so long.
My sister is biscuit bone.
What's the next question?
Okay, guys. The last question on this paper is when you say or hear 2020, what comes to your mind?
I finished my service 2020.
That is not say it too.
Or should you say
Just what?
just you can use
describe a
this with word or words describe your 20 describe 2020.
Me, I'll go. Eye opener.
What is it for me?
Me, gratitude.
Okay.
Me, fulfillment.
Me again, grace.
Okay. Mommy.
Peacemaker.
Only God knows what she's saying.
Even good luck is laughing. I don't want to use one of my eyes to look at him.
Why? Why?
Because I'm a peacemaker.
Whoa.
What? Yeah,
No,
we are
no,
the
no,
maker
wait,
of.
are you 2020?
Don't understand the question.
You don't understand.
I do. I actually wanted to say, so, it's
2020, I would say unpredictable.
Yes.
There was plenty chaos, let's say chaotic.
hey, Sophia, I don't
And then
understand
let's
the English.
say 2020 was unique and a blessing.
Yes.
It is like see guys, you see there's one thing Bible used to say. It says that when they will say there's a casting down, we say there's a lifting up.
Yes.
And that was just it for me and my family this year. See, this 2020 came with a whole lot of things. It came with problems on every side, like tears, death, a whole lot of things. But see, I'm having goosebumps. You don't understand it. The way God blessed us this year, yeah. Like normal years where you live and do your whole thing, the blessings that we received this year was more. We could not go out for months, let me say like 2 to 3 months, we were inside. But see, God has a way of making everything like come back the way it should be. Like it's more like, see, you know, he said the whole year that the worms and the canker worms will eat that has eaten, that he will restore. And believe me, God restored. God restored, and we're very, very grateful. It's just it's as if I'm not speaking for everyone, but trust me, I'm very miracle year.
So, in as much as you're grateful, it's still a sad year.
It's a sad
It's a
year.
very sad year because of
Ah.
the whole thing, people that were affected personally. Because the Lord probably said the grace, like I like the word you use, grace, but it's just by God's grace that, in as much as it's not as if maybe you were not affected. You know some people that you might hear of someone's name that was, but that person is not so related. But that still doesn't mean that you're not affected. But for us, it's just by God's grace that we are all alive. It's just by God's grace that we're able to achieve like some certain things in our life.
Yeah.
So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of blessings
this
for
year.
us. This God is a wonderful one. So that's the question.
That's not the questions we're asking. So if you have questions
Or you have something
to say, you want.
I don't know what mommy is saying that she wants me to say.
No, it's because of that you okay. There's this is that one I told you now that you was telling me on phone, and I said it's better you keep it. So
then you remind later.
okay.
So on that note, guys, this is our 2020 disease reflection questions. Yes. The whole how the year was for us. Yeah, more. We can't remember everything, but it's just the major big things.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like, you know, like, can you just say like most to like people that's like hyper to bad things that happens to them? Yes. Sorry, guys, I yes. Person that that's lost somebody.
A lot happened in Lagos. You know this year that shows gone. A lot of shows.
No, that there's one lady that died. One woman. That woman.
Then
that
during
woman-
the
yes.
NSAS, a lot of shows. Those people, those that downtown area.
Then this boy
A
that
lot of
I remember that boy that tweeted that Nigeria will not be the end of me, and then an hour or few hours, I don't know, a minute later he died. I don't think that's when I said that during the NSAS, my mental state. So just a little words to people that were directly affected. Like, I know that there's no amount of comfort, no amount of consolation will be enough for your loss. But just know that God, let us believe that God knows best. And if it's your child, if it's your sister, if it's your brother, if it's your husband, if it's your mother that you probably lost, they're in a better place. And I know that God, in His infinite mercy, will comfort you. It's going to be a process. It might take a long time for you to get over so many things, but God will be there for you. He will bring people that will support you. He will bring people that will love you, that you will know genuine love and happiness. Even this guy that acted Black Panther, I don't know him directly, but for me, people that motivated people this year. January, as in Kobe, even this woman that you mentioned.
That lady, Ibidu, he got disarray.
Died.
Okay, Ada Ame.
Yes.
Somebody's. There was just a whole lot of them, and like our heart goes out to everybody. But sometimes it's
And
not.
those that are also still affected by the COVID, because there is still lockdown in some countries. So please be strong and stay indoors. Please, we know it's not easy to say it. We know it's not easy for every one of you, especially those in Italy, because it's really, really affecting. Like, a lot of my customers are complaining and all that. Please, you guys should just stay indoors. Please stay safe. Pray for good health for you. Pray for quick recovery.
And God's divine protection over
Yes.
every one of you.
I will just pray that God healed the whole world.
Yes.
Because this is above our greatest scientists.
Yes, this is it.
It is.
So guys, on that note, we'll be ending today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So do not forget to
Like,
comment, share,
Subscribe, and we love you
so
much.
Peace.